100% sure. Hold on, hold on. Let's see. Okay. I'm trying to see. I think OBS has saved my information, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm gonna go to YouTube. We're gonna look this up. So if you are here, let me know in the chat because that would actually be very, very helpful. Oh, I am. Let me click on the link. Okay, cool. Yeah, I know it worked first time. Well, you'll look at that. Hi. I am going through some crazy turtle taxonomy right now. There's something just weird going on in my analyses, so I'm kind of starting at the very start again and updating everything a little bit more. So, let me see. My stream deck. Oh, before I switch screens, let me make sure I don't have any like private emails open or anything like that. But yeah, how is your day going? Excuse me. Going to turn down for what? No, okay, hold on. We're gonna start talking about turtles in just a second. I promise. I didn't think streaming would be this easy. Okay, we're gonna turn on ADHD relief music, study music for focus and concentration, work music. There we go. Okay, so let's get this mic in a better spot too. Okay, so let me show you what I'm working on. Boop, get rid of this. Sir, this is my main page. Why is it so not right? Whatever. It's good enough. So basically, I have this methodology where, let me see. So here we go. This is a good starting point. So this is Turtles Thompson Tacted. Yeah. So this is a phylogeny for the world's turtles. And it's using a combination of genetic data as well as taxonomic information in order to have full coverage of the tree. That way we can have all 350 species represented in a study that I'm doing. But last week I discovered a mistake that ended up causing a lot of issues in the phylogeny. Just a few taxa were placed randomly throughout the phylogeny. Really sucked, really annoying. So I've been redoing analyses. Well, last night I got confused again, started redoing my analyses again, which is all in R. And I'm having some very unexpected results that I am struggling to figure out. Basically, I can't figure it out. I have no idea what's going on with these results. And it's weird because I have these old results, which actually made more biological sense that I was about to do all my interpretations for. And I couldn't recreate those results, but I don't know. I don't even understand how that is possible given my workflow. Like, there is just something weird going on. And I redid my results, and then, I don't know, I got old clusters that weren't making sense. So, basically, I am just revisiting all my data from scratch. And I wanted to remake this phylogeny because it doesn't actually take that long once I have everything properly set up. So what I'm doing is I'm going through this awful spreadsheet, and this is just a spreadsheet with one row for every single taxa of turtle, including a few extra ones that are just weird stuff going on. And I am writing out the taxonomy for them. So taxonomy, just how are things organized in the world. And if we look at, here we go, so this little Kinosternin abayare? I'm not really sure. It's probably a little bit of Spanish, so that's why I'm like, this is weird. But let's look it up. Okay, let me pull over a thing. Yeah. So yeah, little medium to large Kinosternin, which is fantastic, with a few iNaturalist reports. Basically, yeah, found in Mexico. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking the taxonomy for every single species and trying to keep it all organized here. And I don't know, I got to a pretty good spot. I've already gone through the, have I gone through all the, I've gone through a decent amount of the Cryptodairas, which are your hidden neck turtles, kind of your most common turtles, I guess. Like if you think of turtles, this is what you're thinking of most likely, because it like it includes like sea turtles, it includes like red ear sliders, the mud turtles, it includes a bunch of different turtles. So uh, probably your most common one, but I still need to do the tortoises as well as the soft shells. Yeah, the soft shells. So I thought it'd be fun to, I don't know, go live and just show the process, and then also it gives me an excuse to speak aloud without sounding absolutely insane. Okay, so, and the basic process for this is so it's not crazy big of a deal if it's not 100% perfect. So what we do, let me see, where is, I thought I had an extra window, but I guess not. Basically, we are just looking up the different clades and trying to see basic taxonomy. So if we start here, excuse me. So I've already added for this group, we have the suborders already set up. I believe all the superfamilies not fully set up. Okay. So yeah, I'm usually just going this by superfamily at a time. So if we start with, let's see here, let's start with Testudinidae, and it is not perfect, I will say that. I am constantly bouncing around, but honestly, Wikipedia is one of the best sources for this, just for getting that quick reference, because at this point the major groups are fine. We know them pretty well, but if we look at, wait, yes, oh yeah, I need to go down one. What? I'm starting up at the top. I'm just being dumb right now. Okay, so we need to find, I split the tortoises into Testiguria and Emisternia. Let me just go to one. Basically, I use this browser. As you can see, I've already clicked a whole bunch of them. So if we go into like Testinoidea, we can actually see different little clades. So if we go into Testudinae, we are now in the tortoises. And many of these pages actually include a phylogeny. Some of them, yep, so this one includes a phylogeny. And I'm actually covering the phylogeny. Let me move this, and I'll cover the boring part of the screen. How about that? Yeah, I'll cover this part of the screen. But yeah, many of these pages actually do contain the various information that I need. And for the most part, there's not too many crazy changes. Like here we have the genus like Centrochelys, and Geocolone. I'll never pronounce these right. They are one clade on this phylogeny. You know, they're all one group, one monophyletic group. And then if we look at a more recent one, it's the same groupings. I just care more about these larger groupings than I do the bigger ones. I guess the only difference, though, between these two is the placement of Chelonoidus. Yeah, and Conyxus. Yeah, so there are some disagreements, which kind of sucks because I'm just using one of the phylogenies, so my results are likely going to change, but these larger groupings, in theory, shouldn't affect things much. I say that, and now I'm not so sure. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm using what I'm using. Cool. So, because this is taxonomic, so things like this where I can't tell, like, where does it go, like, this monophyletic group, how are they all split, those, I just cluster all together. So it's just one grouping of Conyxus, Centrochelys, Geocolone, Chelonoidus. So Conyxus, Chelonoidus. Although here they would not be monophyletic. See, the tortoises I remember were a very difficult one to figure out. So, because there was even a more recent one that was just published a few months ago that changes things. So this might be a case where all of Testudinae is... I might just have to leave it. Okay, wait. So is there anything that we can be sure of? It's already looking like no. So we know Gopherus, Minoria, they're kind of basal, so we know that. And Ergolemus, I think, is not even considered. And I just had this paper up. Recovered a very similar phylogeny. So, if we're doing this, what monophyletic groups are shared between them? So, what splits can we be sure of within the Testudinidae family? So, we know Monoria and Gopherus are together. I believe that is one grouping that we can keep as this is no, it's not really though. How do we do this? Well, okay, wait a second. Okay, let's not consider this one too much. Let's consider this one and then the one from 2023. And let's see what it looks like on my current phylogeny. Maybe that'll also help inform us, because this will give us an idea of what the tact method actually adds on here. So if this is a dendroscope, by the way, which is just really good for visualizing there. Okay, so we have two Monoria species, and they are clustering with Gopherus as basal. Right now we have them as sister to Gopherus. And yeah, basal to everything else. So I'm going to cluster Monoria and Gopherus into one subfamily. I don't think that's inappropriate. I think that makes sense based on this. In reality, we can already see that it doesn't really make too big of a difference, but I might have other subgroups that would make sense. So, and I want to keep this as proper as possible. So let's call this. I'm just going to call it Testud Mangoth. Sounds like a really bad. And then, sorry, Manoria. Okay. Sounds like a really bad villain. And what we're going to do is we are going to sort this. I have a very big sorting going on. So all it did on my end was it just increased two of these things. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to... Ooh, not that one. Let's make this... you know what? It's fine. I'm worrying too much. Okay, cool. So what? Now that I have this one clade, what is my next step? Now that I have a clade that I feel comfortable saying that these are together in some way... it might actually be better to split them up. So here's my thought process. Okay. So if we look at Monoria and Gopherus, okay, right now, is there a way to draw on here? I wish there was. You know what? Hold on. Draw on screen. I think this is actually a thing you can do. Hold down. What? Control Shift F4. Control Shift F4. Yeah, I want to have like a pen menu. Do I have that as an option? Oh, sorry. I know this is annoying, but it might just change the game for me. Because then we can do some really cool stuff. Yeah, here. We'll just do it the easy way, the hacky way. So what I'm looking at right now is Gopherus and Monoria, and what we have are two monophyletic groupings. So right now in my Excel spreadsheet, I have them lumped as one giant grouping, but I don't think that is necessarily appropriate. What I'm thinking is that I can have them as Monoria as one group and then the Gopherus genus as another group, explicitly separate from the other groupings that we have. And my thought process of doing that is because there are currently 3 constructions for this split. So if we have M, G, and the rest. We'll just call them the out group, even though it's the rest. I guess they're the in group. Hypothesis one is that these are sister to one another, and then that clade is sister to the out group, which is what I currently have here. That's what I have on my current phylogeny. You see, that's where they are sister to one another, and then this line is leading to the out group. So that's one hypothesis. But these newer phylogenies are instead placing them where, hold on, let me make sure I'm doing this right. So we have that grouping and we have that grouping. No, not like that. They are not placing M and G as sister to one another. Rather, they are in their own clade sister to something else. So why can I not draw this right now? Basically, it's saying, yeah, M split off here, G split off here, and then the out group is somewhere over here with the rest over here. So this is what they are saying, and it is swapping between if G or M is the out group. But if I make both of these like this, then this can still be monophyletic, this can still be monophyletic, and if it is this grouping here, then this can still be monophyletic, and this can still be monophyletic. Okay, yeah, so it does need to be its own grouping. That is totally fine. Which I guess they kind of... Yes, that's why. Because I can't put them as this one group, because then it will be impossible to get this secondary one. This is impossible if they're lumped as monophyletic to one another, because that's not going to create a monophyletic group. It's going to create a paraphyletic group. So we just need to make sure we're doing representing it in such a way that it can be either of these hypotheses. So cool. So we'll just call this Testu Goffins, Testued Man. Easy. So if you're ever wondering, why would I ever need to know these different groupings? This is why. This is why. Okay, cool. Cool. Okay, so in only 20 minutes, we tackled 7 taxa. And I haven't even looked inside of Gophorus even more. So let's do that. So I might just be here for a few hours doing this, and that is totally fine. I believe their phylogeny... Fossil calibrated tree. Ooh, wait, this is for... Yeah, how good is their fossil calibrated tree? Wow, this is... Oh no, this is fine. Calanoidus, Pedixis, Adabracalis. Yeah, they don't have much for Gophorus, that's the problem. So again, we already have the underlying genetic data represented in my phylogeny. What we're really interested are the taxonomic relationships between taxa. So this is where it gets a little bit tougher. And what I tried to do is, and that's interesting. So last time I clustered my Gophorus. Okay, let's add one more to the sort, because now we're getting into these really niche clades. And let's put it down to the clade. Yeah, okay. So we have the Gophorus clade, and then we have the Gophorus Morafkai clade. I think I put Morafkai and Evgoodai together. Which I believe is correct. But then why isn't... Hold on. So we have Morafkai, Evgoodai, and Asgazi. Oh. This should have been over here with Evgoodai and Morafkai. Right? Why did I not do that? It could have just been an accident. That's totally valid. Let's see if there is any phylogenetic information. That was probably the worst scanning I've ever done. Ascent of the two species. That should 100% be with Morafkai. Okay. And then where is Evgoodai? Okay, so let's go. And why am I calling it Morafkai? It's Morafka? No, it is Kai. Okay. Weird. So this one actually split off, so I might have messed up somewhere here. This might have been causing some of my issues, actually. Because some of the ones that I'm having my most issues with are the regions with tortoises in them, specifically. And then the Nguda... This used to be considered Adgoski, and they do have overlapping ranges. Yeah, no, I totally fine with this. Okay, I feel very good with this. This actually fixes a lot of my worries with Gopher. With Minoria, I don't think there's too much. I literally can't split it anymore. Aldabra Kellis, I only have one, so that's fine as a clade. Oh, but let's figure out this super family. So if we go back to the test students, so yeah, this is what I've been doing for my research, is just kind of piecing together why I did certain things. And yeah, so let's look up Aldabra Kellis. I am presenting this research in August, so that'll be fun. Okay, cool. Yes. Right. I didn't have great groupings here. Okay. Salespeople. Okay, cool. Which sucks. I wish I could listen to them because sometimes it's actually really good shit. Okidoki. Okay. So now we're looking at Aldabra Kellis, Pixis, Astrokellis. Although it does look like Aldabra Kellis, Pixis, and Astrokellis are usually together as one. I might put them together. I mean, that's like, they were found that in 2006, and again in 2021, and then why do I keep closing this citation? Because I keep needing it literally for every group. Oh, it's because I keep hitting backspace. That's what the fuck. Okay, and then so they have Astrokellis, Aldabra Kellis, and Pixis as one clade. Okay, so we're gonna put them all together. Aldabra Kellis. Okay, Testude. So Aldabra Kellis is one of the largest tortoises in the world. And then you have the Conyxus, which is another large tortoise. I think is that Burmese Mountain? I don't know, they're common names anymore. But we are going to make these the Kellis? No, that's a bad grouping. I'll just... Which one has the most? I think Pixis has the most species. Yeah, Pixis. So no, we'll call it Pixitol. For Pix et al. Okay, Astrokellis, and then we will also add this to the Pixis. Okay. Cool beans. Okay, cool. So that was a very easy one. Yeah, some of these are very easy to put together. Some of these are absolutely god-awful. Now we're looking at your Central Kellis, Geochalones, which, like, Geokellis is really represented by just the sulcatas, and then Geochalone. What was this grouping way back when? Central Kellis, Geochalone, and then Calanoidus was actually clustering with Conyxus all the way down here. Yeah, and then where is... Oh, right. It was this, like, cluster of 4. So I think I'm going to make this cluster of 4 again. Conyxis, Centrocellus, Geochelone, and Cello. I'm just going to call this test tube Cello. It's important that every single entry is combined. Like they're unique, sorry. But yeah, so this is what I'm doing for the next few hours. Just a fun amount of work. And I also need to include Conyxis. Cool. And I also need to include Geochelone. Now what we have here are the Homopus, which I actually... Oh, there's something wrong here. I have these 3... Hold on, we're just going to look them up really quick. Homopus. Three species have been moved to the genus Chersobius. Ah, cool. That makes sense. Okay. Cool. Homopus Chersobius. Cool. Homopus, Chersobius, Chersina, all together into one. Also with Samobates and Stigmochellus. Yeah, we're just going to follow this. I think that's my best bet, and then I think everything else follows underneath one. So yeah, Chersina, Chersobius, and Homopus all as one. Okay, Testude, and we'll just call it Chero. Or Homo. Testude, Homo. It's so dumb. Testude, Homo. Or Homopo. Homo. Oh my god, there's a typo. Oh my god, there's a fucking typo. Homopus, Hampos. Wait. 3 species have been moved to Chersobius. What is going on here? So these are now Chersobius. And then we have this Humphouse. Humphouse? Am I just... Humphouse? Oh god, is this an error from the phylogeny that I intentionally did not fix? That is possible. Do they have an error on the phylogeny? Did they misspell it? So there were some errors in the phylogeny that I just kind of had to glance over. Or is this my error? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Okay, I was just looking in the wrong spot. Okay. Homopus. Oh my fucking god. Wait. Wait. Okay, so I have Homopus borlingeri, signatus, and areolatus. Homopus, signatus, areolatus. Hompus areolatus. they have these three, which are Chersobius. Okay, I need to open up the original tree first, which is this one. Okay, so this is the original tree. Oh god, it didn't even add them. Oh my god, it didn't even add them. I'm mad. Okay, so these are now all Chersobius. Okay, I need to remove Borlingeri. And Signatus. Homopus now needs to be Chersobius. Chersobius. How did I not catch this? Ah, very, very minor mistake. Chersobius. Okay, and so now these are all together. And now, in not Hampus, it's now Wait a second. Nope, they need to stay, they need to stay, they need to stay. Okay. That was a mistake. Okay. So these need to stay as Hermopus. And the reason why is that in this, and I add in Homopus solus, that's what it is. That's what it is. So these need to stay because they are already in the phylogeny. That's the issue. So I'm using this backbone phylogeny, but I need to call these something different later on. Okay. So Hampus can go. That's fine. These need to stay as this, but they get represented as their own clade. Okay, I need to make a note of this. I need to make a big note of this. Okay. Taxonomic grouping largely followed. Paper in 2023. Hold on. And Morenia. Kept as monophyletic. Kept as monophyletic to each other. Each kept as monophyletic to each other. Each kept as monophyletic to each other. But will be considered sister according to backbone phylogeny. Backbone phylogeny includes 3 taxa. And these were the Homopus. Homopus Boulingeri and Signatus were moved to Chersobius. this I just need to make as Chersobius solus. Chersobius solus. Their name is kept as Homopus in order for tact to operate properly. Okay, so that got that out. Easy enough. So this is all Chersobius. And they are likely, if I remember right. So then we have the Homopus, which is Areolatus and Femoris. Okay. So this should be Homopus. I had a misspelling here. Homopus. And then over here, Homopus. Oop. Okay, wait. Homopus. And yep, that's a little dyslexia thing. Or just maybe writing too fast. I'm not sure what I did here. And then let's see really quick. Are Homopus and Cherobius sister to one another? Are they with something else? They're also with Cursina. Okay, yeah, right. We were going to lump all these together when I noticed this weird grouping. Okay, cool. Moving along. Now we have Indotestudo, Testudo, Agrinomys, and yeah, we're just going to Testud, Indo. So we have Indotestudus, the original Testudo. Then we have Agrionemes, which might be extinct. Yeah, I don't have it in my data. And then Malocaris. Malocaris is right up here. Did this change or what? I didn't click on Testudo Horse Field Eye, did I? What? Oh, this is the wrong redirected. Okay, just a bad grouping. Okay, cool. Makes my life easy. Cool. And then these are, let's just add in the Samobades and Stigmocallis. I think that'll just be the easiest way to lump these all together. Okay. And I believe that's the tortoises. The only thing is Calanoidus. Let me check. I have some subclades, which I don't have too often, but I just want to double check. They all kind of make sense, and they're not all doing stupid stuff. This is good, this is good. Don't know why I kept this singular one as its own clade, but I do what I do. Yeah. Awesome. So now we can go a whole step backwards. So instead of Testudinidae, we go to Testinoideae. So this is what I was originally using a lot of stuff on. So they split it up into Testiguria and Emisternidae. Oh, wait. Are we on... Oh, bro, we're even like a step back from that. Hold up. We're all the way back to the Cryptodires. Oh, I thought they had a phylogeny on this page. Or is it one back? Is it one back? Testudines. Right? This is the page I was using, I believe. Yeah. So this page is a really good, just simple phylogeny that I can utilize. And that is found right here. So this is what I was using for my main groupings. It's family level. It's the same structure as the new ones, so it's a good one for me to use for getting the taxonomy down. Now we have the Caretocalidae. Wait, Trionychidae. Oh, it's right in front of my face. Okay, so yeah, we have Trionychia. That's not going to change anything. So when they are just the same like this, because there's only two families, it can't go down any further. We just separate it like this. So, yeah. I do want to spend a little bit more time, though, on the Trionychidae, because I want to make sure everything looked fine, but I want to just double check. So, okay, Criticalidae, sub, boom, and then now let's go into your softshell turtles. Really cool. Not many of those left. See, so they do have some subfamilies, and I want to make sure these are preserved properly. Looks like it's only two, because one of them is a fossil, and I don't deal with fossils. So let's find Cyclonormis. So, yeah. So, Cyclonorbinae has Cyclonorbis, Cycloderma, and Lacenis. Super easy. And then the rest are in Trionychinae. Okay. Trionychinae. Okay, cool. Okay, that does have Amida, Apollon, Citra, we're good there. Degania, we're good there. Nelsonia, Pelea, Pedocalus, and Pelodiscus. Yep. And then Rufidus and Trionyx. Okay, yeah. This is a very easy one. And I believe this one I mainly just kept it split down to the, just kept it down to the genera level. So we're all good here. Yeah, some of these are really easy. Okay. For these next ones, I'm going to really have to hyper-focus on this because these are the side neck turtles, and there's going to be, I already know, some revisions here because, dear God, it is annoying. But hey, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, see you tomorrow, maybe.